Hello, everyone, and thank you again for joining me for another true crime reading. I am doing this one on JonBenet Ramsey. She was killed at the age of 6 in Boulder, Colorado. She was born on August 6, 1990, which makes her a Leo, and her mother and father were John and Patsy Ramsey. They had found her 8 hours later after they reported her missing in her basement. She had died of um, asphyxiation, strangulation, and head trauma on Christmas Day of 96. Now, a note was found in the home left as a ransom, but at this, like I said, at this point, nobody had already known she was already dead in the basement. So it was odd that a ransom note was found. So I pulled a spread as in her childhood, the day it happened, and what happened immediately after. Now, when she was a child, there was a Seven of Cups energy going on. I don't think it was so much her because she was a child. So, I mean, of course, I think she was excited about a lot of numerous things. But I think people were more excited that they had her for those numerous things. I think that at some points her parents, came across somebody that they felt they could maybe possibly work something out with because she was, a beautiful girl. She was a beauty queen at the age of 16. I mean, I'm sorry, not the age of 16. At age of 6, she had won very many pageants. And so I think maybe came to some kind of deal that, as long as they took care of each other and she kept succeeding, that everything would be fine. But I think that one of the people had, because there's three here, so I'm feeling like this is the father, mother, and the third person that offered to help. I feel like the third person offered to help had nothing but ill intentions. I think that they pretended like they had JonBenet's like best interest in mind, but it wasn't at all. It was their best interest, and they were trying, I feel like, to make money off of her because the Pentacles are here. Now, the Empress is in reverse because they were treating her like she was a grown adult and she was really a child. Again, she was a Leo, and Leos are known for their beauty, their charisma, and that's why I think she stood out so much in the pageant world and she did so well in it. But they were treating, like I said, again, they were treating her like an adult, which was giving a very unbalanced energy because she, being a child, cannot and should not be taking on a fertile Empress energy. Underneath that, you have the Hierophant in reverse, and I think the Hierophant is, the Hierophant's all knowing, tradition, marriage, all those things, but in reverse, it's almost like bucking the system. And you have the King of Wands staring at him, and the Hierophant has his back to him as he wins. Nothing to do with the King of Wands. Now, excuse me, I don't know if the King of Wands is one of the people that you had made the deal with in the Two of Cups, but usually upright. I mean, he kind of, means what he says. He, is about action. So, I mean, I'm not really sure who he is yet, but it seems that he had the best intentions and was maybe trying to figure out a way to fix the Hierophant being in reverse. Now, in the day that she died, the devil energy presented itself. I think that there was a lot of things going on. I don't want to say that they were using her for to benefit themselves, but I mean, they did spend a lot of money dressing her up. She won thousands and thousands of dollars in these contests. So I think with the devil showing up, they knew that they had kind of pushed it a little bit, so maybe they were trying to back off. That morning they woke up, they felt something wasn't right, and so they knew that they had been complicit and totally knew about this whole thing in the past. That was the Seven of Cups and the Two of Cups energy, but they tried to play as if that it wasn't that big of a deal, and they were coming out of it with whoever these people were. So they were trying to like downplay their role in what could have happened to JonBenet. Now, the Five of Cups in reverse is underneath it, which means also they were kind of coming out of the grass is greener on the other side because, again, they had that day. I think they felt like if they wouldn't have been worrying so much about these three cups and what they actually had going on for them, this Seven of Cups wouldn't have came in and totally wreaked havoc and ended up taking their daughter from them. And I feel like that because the Three of Cups is underneath it, which means there was, again, here's three. You had a Three of Pentacles over here and a Three of Cups here, which is usually overindulgence, over drinking, being careless, having a great time, but not thinking about anybody else. Like I said, you have a lot of water here. There's quite a bit of fire, but not too much. And then you have a lot of earth. So like the Four of Pentacles following the Three of Cups. The Four of Pentacles in reverse is because I think they were trying to hold on to these four secrets. It could be I heard in a past interview, I saw that after they had arrived home after a party, that the parents had, or I'm not so sure your mom, but at least the dad had walked JonBenet over to a neighbor's house where there was a man and a woman. So I'm not sure if the four adds up to the mother knowing what was going on but didn't participate, the father trying to cover what he knows, and the two people he's trying to keep them under his feet and keep them quiet. Now, after she died, immediately the cycle just took its toll. The death energy coming in is basically clearing the slate for a whole new cycle to begin. All these past energies of Seven of Cups, Three of Pentacles in reverse, Hierophant in reverse, Three of Cups overindulgence, all this stuff, the devil came to an end. The devil is right there behind it, because I think after JonBenet died and passed over, I think she realized that people close to her were kind of using her to benefit themselves. And I think that she was almost somewhat, the cycle had ended, so I think that she was happy that they could no longer use her to their advantage. Of course, she's not happy to have passed away, but I think once she realized that and I keep saying they because I don't know if it was both parents being, in on it, or if it was, one or the other. But I do believe, I think the son's named Burke. I do believe if you watch a lot of his interviews, he's a little bit off as well. So I kind of feel like he was also used the same way JonBenet was used. And so I feel like that's why she's coming out of the devil energy following the death, because or not coming out of the devil energy, but she's seeing all the things that they were doing, not as a child anymore, as a spirit on the other side. Now you have the world here. The world here is everything at your feet. Anything that you are ready to take on is yours. That's in reverse. I think she is not ready to completely start over. I think she wants to take her time with this Page of Pentacles, who is very young, which she is very young also. And I think she wants to take the time to make sure that she makes the right decision. So when Judgment comes in her next card, she has the right answers for the higher power. Her mind, her words, and her actions are all connected into one. And the Knight of Pentacles is a knight who comes in slow anyways. So I think the Knight of Pentacles is here in reverse just because they want to give her an offer, but they don't want to overwhelm her. So they want her to sit in the Judgment energy for a while, make sure she's happy, and then move on to the Knight of Pentacles in reverse when she's ready. Now, this is the spread that I got for JonBenet Ramsey. I hope you enjoyed it, and